Later, Dominica boldly approached Dr. Iglesias during a regular check-in at the house. "May I ask you something?" She waited until he removed the stethoscope from his ears. "Yes, what troubles you?" "My husband is not well recently," Domenico complained but was ashamed to tell the real reasons why. "It is not a problem for me," the doctor behaved very kindly and politely. "We can arrange a meeting here next time. I'll check him out too." "He doesn't like doctors," Dominica stroked her growing belly. "Would you mind meeting him in the office and talking to him there?" Iglesias apparently did not refuse as usual. He was very well paid for great service to his American clients. "Just don't tell him that it was my idea, please," Dominica begged. "Make an excuse." "Okay," the doctor agreed. He packed his stuff back into the brown-colored rectangular briefcase he needed during the examination. Dr. Iglesias headed for a high-rise modern building in the center of Rio de Janeiro the same afternoon. A point for visitors, shoppers, and travelers resembled a remarkably concrete jungle where the right of the stronger always prevailed over the good and moral values of man. While Richie consumed the vodka that had been brought to him, he rested in a superbly comfortable leather chair on the sliding wheels, watching Sugarloaf rising up the ocean's shore, standing still and welcoming the tourists and posing for them in the viewfinder of the camera as a world-famous celebrity. When the door opened wide, the female assistant stood there, with a nice knotted braid made up of 3 interlaced strands reaching up to half her back. "Señor Montero," Norella announced. "Your Dr. Iglesias came to see you." The dark-haired man holding the briefcase waited right behind her. Dizzy Richie quickly closed the work desk drawer with the drink inside and a full bottle of vodka. He adjusted his hair as if had taken pictures to the passport. "Send him in," Richie commanded and swung to his feet. The assistant let the doctor in a nice outfit into the lion's shaft and slammed the door behind. "Good afternoon, Doctor." Richie walked toward him and handed him a friendly hand, which he had not done too often. "Boa tarde, Señor Montero," the doctor grinned. Richie offered him seating. "What can I do for you?" He also offered something to drink from the minibar generously. But Iglesias resolutely refused alcohol. He only sat down. "I came to vaccinate you." The doctor began to take out a sterile syringe and ampoule with the liquid content of a substance inside. "I will not keep you long." Richie watched him incredulously, hated vaccinations and doctors. He touched the instinctively disappearing scar on his left arm as he raised the shirt sleeve. "How's your day been so far?" Iglesias asked routinely. He prepared a syringe, helped Richie raise his sleeve a little higher. Then the doctor banged his injection on the patient's shoulder. It almost did not hurt. "I'm well," Richie responded as usual. To find the expression well, Iglesias pulled the needle from the injection site. Richie looked at him as astonishingly as if that man did not speak English at all. For instance, anxious, distressed, clueless, betrayed, alone, fragile, Iglesias named what all the words could mean for the experienced doctor. Richie immediately rolled his sleeve shirt down to the wrist, trying to get time for his answer. In addition, he did not even know that this was no vaccination, but a vitamin injection that he could feel better for at least the next few hours. "Maybe a little distressed," Richie admitted. "How does it manifest?" The doctor had cleaned the instruments into his miraculous briefcase. "Gosh," Richie hesitated. He did not want to confess his mood swings and the unimaginable bouts of rage when he began to break things around, or how he consumed alcoholic beverages during the day or how he helped out with drugs to relieve him from inner pain. In fact, the pain was not a real physical one. This was a mental pain, totally non-existent one, yet so agonizing, tormenting and stronger than other pains in the whole world. Maybe it was just some dissatisfaction with being somewhere where he did not like being and doing a job that did not make him happy. The doctors might be able to shed the light on this immense mystery by several professional examinations, and they would certainly determine some kind of fancy disease. "You know, Mr. Montero," Iglesias quoted a famous psychiatrist in hope. "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are just buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." The doctor saw the lack of interest and distance maintained by Richie in the matter of his psychological problems. "Okay, I'll give you something to help you relax." He reached into the briefcase and took some gel pills in a yellow tube into his skilled hand. Richie was not too excited, but he knew that if he refused, he would never get rid of the doctor. "Thanks," neutral Richie said without any hint of emotion. "Do not drink alcohol on it," the doctor warned with a serious face. "Otherwise you might be poisoned." Richie did not resist and watched, leaving the doctor with the briefcase away from the office with a quiet step around the assistant who had taped something on the computer keyboard with great enthusiasm. When Iglesias closed the door and the miserable Richie found himself alone, he examined the colorless pills against the light. Then he poured one pill from the tube, pushed it into his mouth and went to the work table, opened the drawer and gulped the pill with a large dram of peach vodka. Right after, he sat back in his chair and watched Sugarloaf motionless. It could not be said that he felt better or worse. Actually, Richie felt just as bad as before.